Now, let's take a look at the example. In our first fraction, we have 3x over x squared minus 4x minus 21, and then minus. In our second fraction, it's 2x minus 7 over 5x squared plus 14x minus 3. Alright, before we find our LCD, we're going to factor the two denominators. So for the first fraction, I'm going to have 3x on the top, and then on the bottom, when you factor, you're going to get x minus 7 times x plus 3. The order doesn't matter. You can write x plus 3 first or x minus 7 second. Again, as long as you have the correct factors, you're fine. Order does not matter. Write my minus. So for the second fraction, I'm still going to have the 2x minus 7 in the top. Now when I factor the denominator, I'm going to have 5x minus 1 times x plus 3. Now again, I do recommend that you write out your work for factoring so that you can understand the whole process. You should be familiar on how to factor using all your factoring techniques. Now, let's form our LCD. Now, the factors from the first fraction are x minus 7 and x plus 3. Now let's compare it to the second fraction. We have an x plus 3, but we're missing the 5x minus 1, so I'm going to include that in the LCD. So I have all the factors I needed for the LCD. Now we're just going to make our fraction have common denominator according to our LCD. So let me rewrite the first fraction. So in comparison to the LCD, we have the x minus 7 and the x plus 3, but the only thing I'm missing is the 5x minus 1. So I'm going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 5x minus 1 and then bring my minus sign. Now I'm going to rewrite the second fraction. Alright, the second fraction is, again, 2x minus 7 on the top over 5x minus 1 times x plus 3. So in comparison to the LCD, I have the 5x minus 1, I have the x plus 3. The only one I'm missing is the x minus 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the numerator and denominator by the missing factor, which is x minus 7. Now, both of our fractions has all the factors from the LCD, x minus 7, x plus 3, 5x minus 1. Over here, 5x minus 1, x plus 3, x minus 7, common denominator, so I'm just going to combine the top. So I'm going to write it as one big fraction, 3x times 5x minus 1 minus. Now, since the second fraction has an expression, 2x minus 7, this is different from the previous three examples. In each of the examples, we only have one part, either a number or a term such as 5x or 3x. Here we have an expression, two terms, 2x minus 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in parentheses. Just like how I did it right now, I'm going to write 2x minus 7 in parentheses. And then bring the x minus 7. Now the reason I'm putting the numerator of the second fraction in parentheses is because of the minus, and it's an expression. Since these two fractions have common denominator, I'm just going to write LCD. Alright, what I'm going to do on the first part is distribute my 3x to everything that's inside the parenthesis. So I'm going to have 15x squared minus 3x. And I'm going to bring them minus. Now over here, I have 2x minus 7 times x minus 7. So I'm actually going to FOIL like this. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have the minus out here, put parentheses. So whatever I get from FOILing between these two expressions, I'm going to put in parentheses and then distribute the minus next. So let's FOIL. 2x times x is 2x squared. Now when I'm multiplying the 2x to the minus 7, I'm going to get minus 14x, and then I'm going to combine with the minus 7 times x, which will be minus 7x. So I'm going to have negative 14x minus 7x. I'm going to have minus 21x. And then the last one, minus 7 times minus 7 will be plus 49. And then close parenthesis over my LCD. Alright, now I'm going to distribute the minus to everything that's inside the parenthesis. So I'm going to write it over here now. So 15x squared minus 3x. When I distribute the minus, I'm going to get minus 2x squared plus 21x minus 49 over the LCD. Now, I'm going to combine like terms in the numerator. So 15x squared minus 2x squared will be 13x squared. Negative 3x plus 21x will be plus 18x. And then I only have one constant term, which is the minus 49. Over my LCD, so my LCD is x minus 7, x plus 3, and then 5x minus 1. There's nothing I can do to simplify the numerator. There's nothing I can do to simplify, or nothing in common between the numerator and the denominator. So this is my final answer. And let's box that up. Now to review with this example, since the second fraction had an expression, the 2x minus 7, and we're working with subtraction, I put in parentheses because we're going to be FOILing with the x minus 7. So what I did here was FOIL first, kept it in parentheses because of that minus. After I finished FOILing, then I distribute the minus. That's how I got minus 2x squared plus 21x minus 49. After that, combine like terms. But again, just like how I said before in the previous example, be extra careful when we're subtracting, especially when the numerator of the second fraction, when the numerator behind the minus is an expression like 2x minus 7. I kept it in parentheses. I FOIL with the x minus 7, and then after I FOIL, I distribute the minus. If you don't do it correctly, you will end up with the wrong answer for your numerator.